Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to ring the bell to be notified on my next upload. And let's get into today's story. Van driver ran over 6-year-old in broad daylight and didn't even notice. Ashley Evans has been jailed for 3 years. A cowardly and inhumane driver ran over a 6-year-old girl who had fallen off a scooter and then fled the scene before police arrived. Ashley Evans, 28, who has 6 previous convictions for driving whilst disqualified, dragged the child under a car, his new Vauxhall Astra, leaving her with a fractured collarbone, pelvis and leg. Are you freaking kidding me? She was pinned under the car and medics warned her life was in danger following the crash, which was caught on camera in a horrific footage, which her family have agreed to release. We have edited clips to remove the moment of impact. Oh my God. Witness described her screaming and crying. Lord have mercy. Sentencing Evans at Cardiff Crown Court, Judge David Wynne Morgan said it's a miracle that she did not get killed. The incident happened in Moorhead Close in Splot. I love Splot as well. I used to love Splot car market. Around 7:30 p.m. on May the 4th. John Warren, prosecution said despite being disqualified from driving, Evans bought a Vauxhall Astra from a seller in Humberside the day before the incident. So he drove from Cardiff to Humberside to buy a car. Right, Humberside is got to be, from Cardiff to Humberside, a good 3.5-4 hour drive. Evans, who was most recently disqualified for driving in April 2008 for 2 years, asked someone else to collect the vehicle for him. All right, okay, I'll take it back then. But prosecution said he drove it on the 4th in defiance of the court order. The court heard the child, who could not be named for legal reasons, was playing on the scooter with her friends in a parking area. Mr. Warren said she fell off the scooter onto the front of the road. The defendant drove straight over her as she was laying prone on the ground and she was dragged along. Why you got a smug look on your face? Smack it off. He told the court a taxi driver approached the Astra as Evans was getting out and told him there was a child under the car. The defendant was heard saying, "What can we do? What can we do?" The prosecution said Evans, who appeared to be in shock, asked the taxi driver to move the car forward. Mr. Warren added, the defendant drove the vehicle forward and the little girl was screaming. Oh my God, she's so lucky to be alive. The court heard Evans stop the car and members of the public came over to help lift the back of the vehicle to get off her. The bottom of the car was lower to the ground and she was stuck near the fuel tank and exhaust. Oh, good God. Mr. Warren said she suffered serious injuries and was screaming and crying. Hardly friggin' surprising. Jesus Christ. The court heard her parents arrived at the scene as she was pulled out and her mother fainted. The child's legs and hips appeared to be broken. Witnesses described Evans shoot off as soon as she was freed as he wanted to get away. Mr. Warren said he was thinking more about himself than the little girl who had serious injuries. The incident was caught on CCTV, which was played in court. The prosecution said it was a graphic and maybe upsetting for members of the public. You think? So this is probably where she lives. So this is where all the kids would play in the little car park. I did growing up. We had a little, we called ours the square. We were allowed to play in there and not allowed to go we were allowed to go such and such area. So it's pretty normal. Even though it looks like, why would you let your kids play there? It's very, very normal. When the police arrived at around 7:50, Evans had left the scene. Doctors informed the police the girl's injuries were potentially life-threatening. Thank God that they wasn't. She was taken to the University Hospital of Wales in Cardiff and found to have fractured to her collarbone, pelvis, both thighs bones, and lower right leg. Oh my God, the poor little mite must be in so much pain. The child had surgery the next day and cast was fitted. The court heard that she was making a good recovery, but her parents were told she could not stand or walk for 4 weeks. Jesus. She is still an inpatient at the hospital and there is no suspected head injuries or spinal injuries, but she's still being monitored. Evans handed himself in at Cardiff Bay Police Station after being contacted by the officers. He was arrested and confirmed he was the one that was driving the car at the time. Now, I'm not sure in anywhere else, but sometimes in the UK and in Wales especially, if they know that you've done it, they'll give you that opportunity. They'll like bring you up and say, listen, we know it was you. If you're going to make us chase you, you're not going to be happy. Come and hand yourself in and be a man. And, you know, sometimes it works and sometimes they'll say F you and make them chase them. But obviously they didn't. He handed himself in. God. He said he had 100% looked on the road ahead and didn't see anything at all. The defendant told the police he thought he had run over the scooter as he heard metal on metal, but had no idea that he'd run a child over the child. He said he did not realise until he'd got out the car and saw the child underneath and then left the scene because he panicked, knowing he was a disqualified driver. But if you know that you're a disqualified driver, why are you freaking driving, dumbass? Prosecution said he would not tell the police where the Astra was or hand over the mobile phone. A victim personal statement read out in the court from the child's father said, "My wife and I feel so lucky that she is still alive." Amen to that. I cannot understand how this has happened. It is very upsetting and I have cried a lot. Wait, so he won't hand over his car? Dude, you're never going to be allowed on the road again. As soon as that car is seen on the road, the ANPR cameras are going to pick it up. It's going to be pulled and it's going to be impounded. And your Astra's going to be crushed, bitch. He said they were told she would not be able to stand or walk for 4 weeks and the doctors could not give any long-term prognosis for her legs. The father said, "The incident left my 6-year-old daughter in hospital with serious injuries. She suffered major broken bones in both thighs. Her face is severely bruised and swollen." He added it was sad she did not want her friends to visit her in hospital because of how she looked, even though they really wanted to see her. Oh, bless her. She's probably like, no, I look ugly. Oh, you're not ugly, pretty girl. Prosecution said Evans had 37 previous offences on his criminal record, including 3 for dangerous driving and 6 for driving whilst disqualified. Are you frigging kidding me? 6 for driving whilst disqualified, 3 for dangerous driving. Bang him the frig up. Oh my good God. Evans from Moorhead Close and Splot admitting causing serious injuries whilst driving whilst disqualified, driving while disqualified, driving without insurance and failing to stop. Kevin Seal, defendant, he is a parent himself and understands the hurt he has caused the family. Well, clearly not, because you were still driving under a fucking ban, you dickhead. He told the court his client was coming home from work at the time and drove off because of the sheer panic and horror of what he had done. Mr. Seal added, "This is the end as far as he is concerned of driving whilst disqualified or breaching any court order." Oh, well, now that you've nearly killed a kid, I'm gonna listen to you now, Judge. You said I'm disqualified, okay, no problem, dickhead. The judge said the defendant described himself in a letter to the court as a good person. I'm afraid his record rather belies that. I agree. He told Evans, "You ran over and dragged her a short distance beneath your car. You drove the car away without remaining at the scene. Your behaviour was cowardly and inhuman." Evans was jailed for 3 years and disqualified from driving for 5 years. He must pass an extended driving test before being allowed behind the wheel. Yeah, because that worked for you last time, Judge. Speaking after hearing the child's father, he said he felt really disappointed. Evans had caught so many times before and believed he had not learned his lesson. I agree. Not only this, so... Okay, let's just go for the previous one, which I don't know what day it would be released, but it'll be the previous one to this one. The man who killed his baby only got 9 years and will only serve 4.5. This coward gets 3 years and will only serve probably about 12 to 18 months. Welcome to the UK law system, people. $3 years for that, guys? Nah, sorry. I think the judge made a huge mistake letting him off quite lightly there. He could have killed that girl. He knew he was driving on a disqual. He knew he'd done it before. He'd been caught 3 times for dangerous driving, 6 times for driving whilst disqualified. He should have a life ban on his license, but that's our justice system for you. I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment, and I will catch you all soon. Bye, guys.